Are you looking for homes for rent in Anthem, Arizona? Whether you're completely sold on Anthem and you're just waiting for the right house to hit the market, or you want to test out life in Anthem before you commit, renting can be a great option. In this video, I'm going to share with you the things you need to consider, what your options are, and 3 important tips to help you snag a rental in this hot market as quickly and easily as possible. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back and for spending your time with us. My name is Lindsay, and I'm a proud Anthem resident and your local realtor with the Wise Move AZ team at Realty One Group. On this channel, we have a lot of fun talking about all things Anthem and real estate every single Thursday, and we absolutely love having you along for the ride. As I mentioned at the top of this video, there are many reasons you may consider renting a home in Anthem. You may be waiting for the right home to hit the market, you might be testing the waters, or you may just be in a season of life that's better suited to renting. Truthfully, it doesn't matter what your reason is. You just need to make sure that you understand all of your options so that you can make a fully informed decision based on your personal circumstances. Considerations. First, let's chat about some of the important considerations that will impact the rental options available to you here in Anthem, Arizona. Number 1, duration. You need to know how long you're hoping to rent for and if you have any flexibility in your timeline. Anthem has both short-term and long-term rental options available, but it varies from property to property. Short-term rentals would include fully furnished vacation rentals, as well as some unfurnished homes and apartments that are available on a month-to-month basis. Long-term rentals in Anthem tend to require a minimum of a 1-year lease, and they're typically unfurnished. Number 2, pets. Do you or will you have pets when renting in Anthem? I want to be completely honest with you. While I love pets, many landlords don't feel the same way. If you have a pet or multiple pets, it can reduce the number of options available to you. It's definitely not impossible, but something to be aware of. I recommend that you put together a document with the age, size, breeds, etc. of your pets along with a couple of photos. In some cases, the listing will say pets are permitted with lessor approval. If you have this document together beforehand, it will make it easier to send it over to the landlord for review when a property you're interested in hits the market. You should also expect to pay a pet deposit and possibly a pet cleaning fee. Please note that these same rules do not apply to assistive or service animals. If you have an assistive or service animal, it will be permitted. Number 3, furnished or unfurnished. You need to know if you're looking for a furnished or an unfurnished rental home. Furnished will typically be more expensive and tends to be reserved for the shorter term rentals. Unfurnished is more common among long-term rentals. Rental options in Anthem. Okay, now that you've put some thought into duration, pets, and furnishings, let's talk about the options we have here in Anthem. Truthfully, when it comes to renting, we have only a couple of options. Number 1, Bella Rosa Apartments. The Bella Rosa Apartments are a great option. This is the only rental apartment complex in Anthem. They offer 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments with 7 different floor plans. As a resident of Bella Rosa, you'll have access to their private amenities, including a huge swimming pool, fitness center, and clubhouse. The Bella Rosa Apartments are located at 3825 West Anthem Way, and they offer both short-term and long-term rentals. They do allow approved pets up to a maximum of 2. Bella Rosa offers furnished and unfurnished options. I've dropped a link to the Bella Rosa website in the description box below, so feel free to check that out. They seem to do a great job of updating their website to show exactly what's available. In our experience, Bella Rosa has worked out great for our clients who are set on moving to Anthem but haven't quite found the right house yet. The ability to do shorter term rentals can make it easier to move when the house you want to buy comes up. That being said, we also have friends who live there with no intention of ever leaving. If you're looking to rent in Anthem, I strongly encourage you to reach out to their leasing office and schedule a tour. Number 2, privately owned homes. Outside of the Bella Rosa apartments, we don't have any neighborhoods or buildings that are exclusively rentals. Your only other option is to rent a privately owned home. This could be a single-family detached home, a condominium, or a patio home in Anthem. If you haven't already done so, you may want to check out this video where we explain all the different areas of Anthem and the types of homes that can be found in each. I'll link to that in the cards for this video. This will help to familiarize you with the area, especially if you're shopping for a home remotely. When it comes to these privately owned homes, you may be dealing directly with the owner or landlord. They may have a property manager, or you may be dealing with a real estate agent. It totally depends. Typically, these tend to be longer term rentals, although it's definitely possible to find short-term rentals, including vacation rentals in Anthem. The ability to have pets in the home will be at the discretion of the landlord. It will need to be dealt with on a case-by-case basis if you have pets. Again, I recommend that you have information about your pets on hand that you can provide to the landlord for review. With respect to furnished and unfurnished properties, you'll be able to find both. Furnished properties tend to be short-term vacation rentals, while unfurnished properties tend to be long-term rentals. Short-term vacation rentals tend to carry a higher per-month price tag than long-term unfurnished rentals. If you're looking for these rentals, you have a couple of options. You could look on sites like Airbnb or VRBO if you're looking for a short-term rental. These sites typically have fully furnished vacation rentals. You could also look on sites like Zillow, Realtor.com, or even Nextdoor for longer-term rentals. Additionally, we've dropped links to short-term and long-term rentals currently available in Anthem, in the MLS, in the description box below. Please feel free to save those links and refer back to them at any time. You can also enlist the help of a realtor in finding a rental. While we typically specialize in the resale market, i.e. people buying and selling their homes, we are able to assist with rentals in some cases. This is typically a service that we make available to clients who are planning to buy or sell a home with us within the next year or so. If you fall into that category and you'd like to chat about your options, send us an email at team@wisemoveaz.com. We'll set up a time to talk about your options and how we can best be of service. Tips for success. All right, now that you know what your options are, I'd like to share a couple of tips for securing a rental in Anthem. Tip number 1, act quickly. The vast majority of homes in Anthem are owner occupied, which means that rentals don't come up all that often. The demand for rentals in Anthem seems to far exceed the supply of rentals available. This means that you need to be ready to act quickly if a home that would work for you hits the market. This may mean being willing to rent a home sight unseen. That might sound scary, but I encourage you to keep an open mind. With the ability to do virtual tours, it may not be as daunting as you think. If you're actively looking for a rental in Anthem, I encourage you to watch the market daily and be ready to act quickly if you see a home you like or even a home you can live with. Tip number 2, keep your options open. Renting is a completely different animal than buying a home. When you're buying a home, you want to narrow down an area, make sure that the home checks off all of your needs and maybe even some of your wants. When you're buying a home, you can and should be more picky. With the limited rental inventory available in Anthem, we often don't have that luxury, unfortunately. When looking for rentals, I strongly encourage you to keep your search parameters as open as possible. You don't want to unnecessarily restrict yourself to certain areas of Anthem or even restrict it by size, number of bedrooms, and so on unless you absolutely have to. The more flexible you can be, the more options you'll have available to you. Tip number 3, get involved in the community. While renting may not spark pride of ownership or attachment in the same way that buying a home does, I strongly encourage you to fully immerse yourself in our community. As a tenant, you're typically still able to set yourself up with a membership at the community center, so I encourage you to do that early on. If you're renting in the hopes of buying in Anthem eventually, use this time to familiarize yourself with the different areas, floor plans, local businesses, local events, and so on. By the time you're ready to purchase, you'll be a seasoned local. So there you have it. What do you think? Will you be renting in Anthem? Hopefully you're feeling confident in understanding your options and how to approach the market. If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and leaving me a comment. Lastly, if you'd like to learn more about the different areas in Anthem and the types of housing available in each, click to watch this video up top. Alternatively, if you'd like an Anthem real estate market update, click to watch this video on the bottom. Enjoy those, and I'll see you next Thursday.